And hello, everybody, and welcome. This is week 15 of the Aegyrian Adventurers Guild. I'm your DM, Brad, joined today by my lovely players, and we are going to get right into things with a recap of what happened last time. This week, Sarah is in charge of delivering that recap. So, if you would please, without further ado, tell us what happened during the last session.
A lot of exciting things happened last time after having defeated the pretend mayor, which in fact was a goo monster. We finally got to meet the mastermind, or I don't know, the main villain, basically, the thing, the entity that was behind us going through this adventure. And apparently, we are suffering for all of this because he's bored. Yes. He didn't want to tell us anything more and disappeared on us. And then we tried to escape the dragon by digging ourselves out through the snow to the outskirts of the village, which we managed successfully. Uh, okay, then we decided to go after that dragon sword after all, and we were going towards the dragon barrows, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Dragon
okay,
sword. Slaying sword.
slaying sword. Okay, I don't remember the location of where exactly that sword was supposed to be, but never mind. We reached it while on our way there, and we made camp for the night. While who was it? Yes, Nona was keeping watch. She noticed a flame flickering in the distance. She decided to investigate, and it turned out to be our bard friend. I was sincerely hoping we would have gotten rid of him after the Dwarven fortress, but it was apparently not meant to be. Okay, he
This
followed
poor
us, he
guy.
tracked us down. We decided to take him in because he claimed to have information, uh, perhaps even useful information on the sword we were seeking. So, anyway, on the next day, party plus one bard, we reached the destination. We managed to find our way inside into that uh, hill. Is apparently a burial ground of a knight and a sword and a dragon. Okay, that sounds interesting. Oh, while investigating the underground passages, we found Drake. Yes, we found Drake, a new friend, which is a skeletal horse. Frederick almost got himself buried alive again, as he is wont to do, but we managed to save him.
What? Then go.
Yes. Yes, he almost suffocated in that crack in the wall.
Yep, that was
Uh,
that was something all right. Sorry, I thought it was muted
yes.
actually.
And as we finally managed to find the sword, and as Frederick touched it, a wind blew through the chamber, extinguishing the torch, rendering everyone blind, and this is where we left.
Yes, indeed. So when the last we left off, Friedrich had drawn the sword, the purported
My
dragon slaying
sword.
sword, from the skull of a dragon that was sort of laying on the wall. The rest of its skeleton sort of like embedded into the dirt wall. And as soon as he sort of like lifted the sword and like felt the scraping of it against bone, this wind sort of like howled through the bones and seemed to kind of like consume the chamber, blowing out the torch and actually like the force of it sort of cutting at Friedrich's hands. Like you can see like little like scratch marks basically from these like slicing winds. But yeah, everything has just been like plunged into darkness. Nona and Sug, of course, are still able to see relatively all right, given their dark vision, but everybody else is just sort of completely in the dark. And so, as things kick off here, I am going to ask for everybody to
To
roll
roll
for
initiative.
initiative. Let me just remove these first before everybody starts, and then go ahead and roll
Let's
yourselves in.
fucking go. Time to die. Hell yeah. That's
That
what I'm
sounded
looking
way
for.
too enthusiastic.
Listen, I've got my dragon slaying sword now. Guys have no chance.
Yeah, your necrotic dragon slaying sword that was attacking us. Yes.
Also, remember there is a
Still there.
dragon attached to that sword for now.
Listen,
I'm not sure if you wanted
Selected,
that
there
as
we
a
go.
bonus.
Details.
I did it. Took me ages, but I
Poggies.
did it.
Okay, and we need Drake, who...
He may be pooping.
That's one way to say it.
I'm just waiting on him.
Let's
Huh?
copy paste.
Drake, are you alive?
I'll just I'll pop him in.
Pop him in.
I'm sure my role will be just as bad as his would be, anyways.
The invisible stalker. Drake says barely alive. All right.
Wha-bam. Hey, look
Okay,
at
he
that,
was
that's a 7.
communing with the white friend.
Drake is 7.14.
Alrighty then. So I think that's you, and that, and so we sort, and we begin with Friedrich. You have just pulled the sword from within the dragon's skull. You are now holding it sort of in both hands still as you're lifting it up. It's a short sword, so you're kind of like grasping it, pulling it up, when everything just suddenly goes like dark around you, and you cannot see anything, and you just hear this like howling wind around you, and you feel it kind of like battering at your body. I think the last thing you sort of like notice basically before you begin is you hear like this kind of whispering in your ear, and it says, "Return the sword."
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Ugh! I like feel around
okay,
next to me.
Who's
I feel.
Friedrich? Wait,
feel
wait,
around-
who are you mind connected with?
Asha.
No. I think you're
What?
mind connected with Nona.
No, never mind. Connect
No.
with me.
No, she hasn't. Yeah, she hasn't done that today.
I
I
like-
used it earlier today.
But it's
Oh,
fine.
great.
I feel around. I
To
feel
protect
around
your
next
own-
It didn't use it again.
To protect her sanity, she won't use it.
on Friedrich.
On the
No,
bard.
no. It's okay. I feel around next to me. I feel. I feel an Asha. I like.
Yeah, I think
torch
you
in her
two
hand,
can
right?
kind of like barely see each other in the dark. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna use your action to light to the torch in her hand.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Don't let that go
very
out,
well.
please.
You do so. You notice as soon as you like light it, it does seem to be sort of very it's moving around a lot, right? Like it's being kind of like battered and blown, so you have to like pull it in like close and like shield it from this this wind as he does so. But you like kind of hold it tight against your body, and yeah, it begins to emit light.
Yes, we're trying to shield it with our bodies as the light
Yep.
catches.
Protect the
And-
light.
Hey,
Oh
we
God,
can
I
see
forgot.
something.
I forgot Sug had this fucking horse.
I just told you in the recap, Sag made a friend. I mean, I made a friend for Sag, and it's a skeletal horse.
Yes. I think I may have repressed that, you know. Just.
Would you like to move or do any bonus actions?
I will. Let's see. I guess I'll step over here and use a bonus action to give a bardic inspiration to Sugchus. Just in
Very
case.
well.
That's my turn.
All right. So, at this point, you can still hear like the howling of winds, and you notice basically that kind of in the northern portion of the room here, where Friedrich is standing, kind of centered around that the skeleton and whatnot. There is basically this cloud of like dust that is being kicked up by the winds, and it's sort of like filling this area within the circle. Not enough to be like obscuring at any rate, but it's clear that like the source of the wind is kind of like swirling in there and like kicking up the dust.
It's dusty.
And it is Noda's turn.
Save me from the dust.
Stay here and do the thing.
Who are you attacking?
Is there nothing to attack? I'm sorry, I got distracted for a minute.
Yeah, you do not see
That?
any. You do
Okay.
not see any visible foes or anything like
I'll
that.
just
You
hold
just see
them.
like wind and dust being kicked up around Friedrich.
I'll just.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll take the dodge act.
All right, very well. Asha. Similarly, your hand is sort of occupied shielding this torch, and you do not see any like foes, but you can feel this like wind like battering at you, and kind of like swirling around the immediate area.
I will take a step back and also ready a dodge.
Okay, you just dodge. You don't have to ready a dodge. It's just an action that you do. All right. So at this point, you notice that the cloud of dust kind of like emerges out from the walls somewhat, and now kind of like almost centers itself like around Friedrich. And Friedrich, you basically like feel this wind kind of like moving around you, and everybody else like outside of the cloud notices that the dust is almost like swirling around him like this kind of like dust devil, this like little tornado like around him, and then you feel like force kind of like gathering around your hands, and you feel as though something is trying to like rip the sword loose from your grasp. Can you make a strength saving throw for me?
It's my sword. Fuck off. No.
It's no longer your sword.
So you sort of like feel this, and just it's too much. The pressure of the wind is too much. The sword is like ripped from your hands, and then you see it like suspended in the air by this column of wind, like almost like floating there. Winds like swirling around it, dust gathering around it, and you just hear this sort of kind of again like this whisper on the wind. You are unworthy to wield this blade. And for the time being, that is all. But you see that the sword appears to like move, along with like the winds and the dust. It kind of like goes up, like it pushed itself up against the ceiling, and it kind of begins to like go over your heads.
Is it going just up or in a particular direction towards the exit?
Yeah, it's like moving back, like towards the exit of this room. And you see it kind of in this vague area, winds kind of kicking up dust, sort of this long settled dust being like driven up by these winds by something. And you see like basically dead center, like barely, like the sword is surrounded by these winds.
Okay, the sword is running away.
Suck.
I mean, I still technically have detect magic up from when I cast it. Is the only magic I sense from that cloud like the sword?
Yeah, the only thing you detect that is magical is the sword.
Okay. But the cloud has the sword now.
Mm-hmm. The cloud has the sword.
The cloud does have the sword. It's very concerning to me. I think I'm just gonna cast Spear Guardians.
Alrighty.
And I'm excluding the horse as an ally. The horse is an or I mean, the horse is an ally. He's my friend.
Is it though?
For now, Brad.
For now. Alright. Spirit Guardians.
And I ask the horse if it can get 10 feet or 5 feet closer to this cloud.
Alright. Make a animal handling check.
Okay. Horse, go. We're riding
We're
into battle.
5 feet.
it's
Riding
an
into
11.
battle.
It's 11.
Very.
And I believe you
pushed up.
have
Okay.
been inspired.
Let's say you want to move it 10 feet in that direction, or
Just 5, like just
Okay,
next to the
so
cloud,
it's
basically.
gonna be, like,
Yeah.
on the outskirts of the cloud. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
All right, these ancestral spirits. What are your like when you summon these spirits? What do they look like as they begin like floating through the walls and kind of floating about?
They're actually they appear to be human in nature, like the summoned spirits of the human side of his lineage, and they're mostly like armored knights and warriors. But yeah.
All right, so yeah, that happens, and then we have Theron.
Surround the cloud, try to reach for the sword, grab it, pull it.
Let me do this real quick. Let me see how far everything is, because I can't see anything.
What do you mean you can't see? We have a
It's
torch
dark.
now.
Okay, sure, I can see, but I can't see around the freaking corner.
Yeah,
I
you
can
can't
only
see
see this
around
horse's
corners.
butt. Why are you laughing like that?
Actually,
Why
you
are
should be able to
you
see
laughing
it.
at a horse's butt? Why are
this
you
thing
being mean
right-
to it?
This thing right here is the cloud, like this black line or circle. That
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You want...
yeah.
How big is that
Yes.
thing?
Cloud of dust.
Were you paying attention?
It's all grumpy.
I don't think she saw.
I was kind of
the
paying
circle.
attention, but I can't really, like, see it.
Yeah, I don't think she saw the circle earlier when it was drawn, and it moved over there. But that's where it is.
So basically, there is a cloud of dust that stole the sword from Friedrich,
Yeah.
and now is trying to flee with it.
Yeah, the sword is like basically dead center of it, right, Ben? Like here, basically.
So we
Pretty
need
much,
to
yeah.
run after it, or should we just, like, be scared and
We want the
huddle
sword,
in a corner?
so we...
I mean, how bad do you want that
Get
sword?
get that fucking sword. Get that sword.
Was there like a way around this, like, over there, or?
Yes, that's where we
Because
came
I don't
from.
remember.
No,
I'm kinda scared of
passage,
going there.
This passage back is just like a straight shot back to the like entry passage.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I can't stand
No,
inside
go the
of a
other way
horse.
around.
Why the other way?
No, you go like this. Where is that? You go like this.
Oh, there was one over there too. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to go step by step because I can't see anything. Now I can. Oh, there it is. Isn't it cute? Isn't it a cute little circle?
Mm-hmm.
Get that sword.
Yes,
Get
the
that
huge
sword.
circle
Do I
is
want to step
a simply...
into it or step next to it?
Get that
Wait,
sword.
okay, it stepped over Friedrich's and he survived, so it's...
All right, screw it. I'll go in.
All right, yeah,
Yes.
you step into the cloud and you could feel like this, the wind kind of like battering against you, like dust kind of being kicked into your eyes. It doesn't have any like
I
adverse
know.
effects, but it is
Annoying.
Can you try and grab
Inconvenient.
the sword?
You can see the sword
Yes.
is kind of, it's like pushed up like against the ceiling, but the ceiling is only like 8 feet high, so it's within like reach. Like you could reach up and like grab it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab it.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics.
You're athletic.
It's pretty good. See that and that.
Oh, god damn it. There's a
Un-
fly in my mug.
Jeez.
Unfortunately, as you go to
Oh.
reach up for the sword, at the last second, like the wind kind of harries you, blowing kind of like in your face, dust getting into your eyes, and you sort of like reel back, and the sword like just barely eludes your grasp.
That's
carried by the
unfortunate.
winds. That counts as one of your attacks, so you can actually still like just take another attack or like try it again.
Yeah, sure. I'll try it again. Might as well.
Yes! Yeah!
Another
Alright, so
athletics
you
check, or?
kind of gather yourself and like again reach out, trying to like reach up and grab the sword. Yep, make another athletics
Yeah.
check.
Yay! Here we go. It's probably gonna get worse. Yep.
Always goes down. Oh, what the fuck,
Do I get-
Brad? Are you
oh
for
my
real right now, bro?
What is this?
At least
Who's
they're not.
unfair?
At least
Why
at
are you
least-
cheating?
they aren't attack rolls against you. Yeah, again.
Okay, true, but still.
It's probably like it's the dust in the air, the wind blowing at you. You just cannot seem to like get a firm grasp on the sword. It's just moving around in strange like ways that you wouldn't
Bad.
expect.
It's okay. It's
Well, I
Reacher's turn
tried.
now.
All right, so that is your action. You use some of your movement. You still have some movement left, and if you have a bonus action.
No, I'll just stand right here. I'm
All right.
fine.
Very well. Then we are back to free
Oh,
strike.
and if you stand there and Friedrich comes to you, you can offer help.
I have
On your
just
turn?
enough movement to get in there, Brad. And I do
Alright.
so.
Yeah,
I
you
reach up,
squeeze past,
grab the sword.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Come to me, sword! No!
You squeeze your way, like you're like crawling underneath the horse and Sug, like between the skeletal like legs of this horse, and you like get up, like scurry up. You're surrounded in wind and dust, and you just like lunge for the sword and just ducks out of the way, like flying.
I am worthy! Come to me!
You're not worthy.
Oh man. No. Still no sign of like any enemies, but you do see like your companions like yelling and screaming, like something is going on.
Yes,
commotion.
and jumping up in the air like.
Like, she doesn't see that because of her current
like,
positioning, but she can hear like the.
I'm gonna move back over, get a better view of the show, and dodge again.
Okay. Asha.
Because this sounds.
Oh, since everyone is being all athletic and the likes, I have a hempen rope. Can I try and lasso the sword from where I am?
I will say that if you spend your turn like making the lasso, like tying the lasso knot, you can do so like on your next turn. Because you would have to like actually like tie this knot and create this lasso. Like it would be a process. But if you wanted to spend your action, you can create that and then have it ready.
If I step on Friedrich's shoulders, will I have an advantage at grabbing the sword?
There's not enough room for you to step on his shoulders. The ceiling's only 8 foot high.
You can just make the lasso. With Brad's rolls, we probably won't even get it on this round anyway.
Might as well, because I don't have room to squeeze in there. Okay, and I will move myself a little bit closer.
Okay.
And try to make that for the next turn. If nothing terribly horrible happens in between.
Very well.
Now and then.
So.
Don't jinx it.
You hear again this sort of like whispering wind-like voice, and it says, "You fools, leave this place before I grow irate." And the cloud continues to like move, carrying the sword with it, like away from Friedrich and Theron, blowing like past and around like Nona. It kind of blows around this corner. You feel this like wind pressure from around the corner as it moves.
It moves?
Yeah, it seems to like swirl back around almost, and kind of ends up like, again, basically like near where it started. This like swirling cloud of dust. Again, sort of like the sword is floating like poised just above the slot where it was like stabbed into the dragon's skull, and seems to be like lowering itself back in.
I think that's our last chance before the dragon actually revives.
You dragon!
Sug.
You have that bardic Sug.
Okay. And my thing didn't do damage or anything, right? Like there's nothing in my aura right now that I can tell.
I mean, yeah, like you can't tell
Okay.
necessarily, because I don't think it doesn't give you any special ability to like detect if there's creatures there or anything.
No.
Brad, could I have taken an attack of opportunity to grab the sword as it moved my threat range?
No, because there's no like enemy to visit.
Bullshit, Brad.
The sword is an object.
Alright. I suppose I hop off the horse. Unless, at first, I guess, I'll try to see if the horse will go into the cloud.
Yeah, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
We're going in sword, or we're going in horse trying to get the sword, you know? We're gonna do it. I believe in us, horse.
Alright, yeah, you manage to encourage it to enter the cloud.
And the sword's in the center still?
Yeah, it's vaguely in the center, kind of suspended above this dragon skull.
Yeah. I guess I reach out and try to grab it. You know, everyone's wanting to do this.
Okay, go for it. Not even gonna roll. You can't. His
Oh.
bonus is higher than that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so you reach out and like try to grab it, but like from this horse where you're like flat, laying flat on it, like
Yeah.
reaching out your arm
Yeah.
trying to grab this sword, it just like just barely out of your reach.
I'm trying, like, telling the horse, "You gotta get closer this way. Come on."
He's committed.
That's all.
He's
Yeah.
hard committed. All right, Theron.
Alright, do we have any other plans, or are we going to continue with this?
Yes, we're going to
I want that
try and
sword.
jump
Alright.
at it. Do
Alright.
you have enough movement?
I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just gonna grab it! I'm just gonna try to grab it!
All right, go for it.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't think it can succeed. It only has the +6.
Yeah. Unless Brad
Yeah,
cheats.
I would never cheat.
Uh-huh.
In D&D.
He
No,
lied.
let's see that
He
roll.
lied.
Yeah, with a 27, I'm not gonna bother to roll. You are able to finally like reach out and like rip the sword from this like column of wind and dust, and you grab it and you now like hold it in your hand, and you just hear this like whispering, "Give that back."
Okay, I know it's just you whispering, but it's like honestly kind of creepy.
Bring it over here.
Oh.
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes. I mean, I can throw it to someone, but like technically, so
No,
can
don't
I
let
the
go.
highest strength thingies, right?
I have an idea. Bring it over here.
Yeah, bring it over here. I can't. I already moved like 20 feet.
I think you've moved 25, so you've got 5 feet of
Move as
movement.
close as you can.
All right.
All right.
How good are you at throwing projectiles?
Probably not very good, and also to swords.
Okay, you can give it to me and then I will run for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
just like throw something. Like you don't necessarily have to be accurate necessarily.
Can I throw it all the way over there? though?
No,
Probably,
don't
right? I
let-
mean,
don't-
I have enough strength, but I feel like I'm just gonna like hit someone with it.
I mean, I feel like you could
No.
probably throw the object at least as far as your strength modifier.
Don't
your
throw
strength
it. Hold
score,
on
right?
to it. It's already been flying once. Don't let go.
True, and also I like both
No, no-
me and Chuck have the highest strength skills, like thingies. So if the cloud tries to get it again, at least I can hold on to it. Probably,
You're gonna
hopefully.
play, fucking like keep away with the sword.
Yes.
Just keep throwing it back and forth.
Yes.
I like
I mean, that's what that thing did. You just kept moving it back and forth while we were trying to grab it.
it.
You didn't ever try to talk to us. Just
Um,
bullying us. How could he?
Also, Brad, if it matters, if there is a creature that is affected by the Spirit Guardians, its speed is halved
Mhm.
inside the Spirit Guardians.
that is correct.
So, where does that leave us?
It leaves us at Friedrich's turn, I believe.
Hooray! I'll
You see
move up
Theron
here.
now has the sword in her grasp.
I'll move up here and I'll give Farron help action to hold on to the sword in case it tries to do any moving away again. So I will grab it with her. I'm just helping. I'm just helping you hold on to it. Is all.
Yeah, just helping you, just slowly loosening your grasp on the sword, and helping you to.
Did you want that sleight of hand now,
One
Brad?
finger at a time.
All right. Yes. Very good.
That's my turn.
All right. Then that brings us to Nona.
No.
No.
Give me the stupid sword.
Nona.
I guess I'll give Nona the sword and hope it goes well.
Sure. Yeah, you can pass it off as like a item interaction.
And then
You better have a good plan.
that was. Is that 15 feet? Technically with diagonals? I'll dash, jump across this pit, and I will start tying the sword to the immovable rod.
Okay.
Whatever action you decide that's it.
I would say that would probably be it's like interacting.
Hey,
with an
wait.
object, so it would be an
Let's
action.
pretend Nona to,
Okay, if I still have action, then
do you
I'll use the
also have
action
a
to
rope?
activate the rod.
I would say it would probably be an action to like firmly tie it, especially seeing as you've grabbed like the sword from somebody already as like an item interaction. So I'd say it would be an action to like tie it to the rod. You'll be able to activate it on your
Okay.
next go.
Do that.
Leaf. If I go over there and help, will it go quicker?
I mean, you can't really. There's some things that you really can't help with, and like tying a knot around something is. I mean,
technically, she could just activate the rod.
Yeah, she could push the
she
button,
could
right?
yeah she could run over and activate the rod. Yeah.
I'll come push this button while I'm tying this.
But I'm taking the torch away from these people.
It's fine.
It does give off like 40 feet of light total, so like you can move away and they'll still be relatively fine. Just it doesn't go around corners, so.
I can stand on this thingy, right? Because it's been filled with dirt
that
from
was the,
digging out Friedrich.
That was the other one. That one's still like that one hasn't been triggered, but you know that there's a pit there. So you'd have to go past it. Like you'd have to jump past it, like past Nona, and like stand on the other side of her. But you've got enough movement to do that.
All right, while I'm tying this,
I
push
will
the button.
stay over here and press the button.
All right. So you run over, like Nona pushes herself into the corner to allow you to jump and roll past her, and then you turn around and click the button as she's finishing like tying the sword to this rod, and is now sort of just held in place aloft in the air. All right.
Take that, dust bite.
So that's Nona and Asha, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see you take it now.
The creature. What? The cloud of dust. Alright, one is. What's your DC? 14? 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your Spirit Guardians. Okay. Noted. Right, and you all hear this again, this sort of like moaning whisper, basically saying like, "Get back here!" And the cloud begins to move, ignoring like all of you. And chasing it down the
Basically, it
hall.
doesn't care about humans, it cares only about the sword.
And then that is all for now. Suck.
I guess I just stay here. Well, I'll
It's
see what I
hard
can...
to fight when there are no enemies.
There's nowhere I can go on the horse, and I've committed to being on the horse.
He's certainly committed to being on the horse.
So I stay here and wait for it to come back. If
Okay.
it comes back.
Very well. You want to like ready
I'll
anything
take
in the
the-
meantime? Or...
No, I'll just take the dodge action.
Okay.
I'm dodging.
Theron.
Would it technically be possible for me to freeze the cloud? That might sound really weird, but like with the dragon breath thing.
I mean, if there is like a creature in there, it would theoretically be affected by your
If you can cooperate with
I mean,
Friedrich,
technically, since it's
you
ice.
can make it mud and you can freeze the mud. How about that?
Still such a bad idea, actually. Make it into mud.
I mean, we're
Well,
like
dust plus
particles, so
water.
technically I could freeze the like particle thingies in there. Like if we're just talking about normal physics.
I mean, yeah, they would freeze, but it wouldn't really like they'd still be pretty light, light enough to be like.
Okay. If
they
you
were
breathe
if
on
they
it
were
now,
like wet, yeah,
you
if
are
they were,
risking
like...
to make it into a hailstorm instead of a dust storm.
Yeah,
Might as well.
I feel like it would almost make things worse rather than making it better. The like making it wet and like turning it to mud and freezing it, like that would work. But that was a concerted effort. It would take multiple.
Why don't we just get out of here? We have the sword.
That's my plan.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
I was gonna keep running with Asha, taking turns pushing the button.
Sounds good.
I guess we should just all follow then.
Yes,
Sounds good
just
to me.
make your way around the cloud and to the exit.
Around a cloud? Why not go through the cloud?
I don't know, maybe because it's considered difficult terrain, is it?
No.
No? Okay, then through the cloud.
Oh
since
wait,
it's not...
I've got an idea.
Alright, what is it? Let's hear it.
I'm thinking, you know, I've got what's the spell called? Warding wind. Wind versus wind. Let's go.
That's what they always say. Fight wind with wind. That's how the
I don't
saying
like
goes,
my
your
God.
idea.
I mean,
Gonna
I
make it
don't mind it as long as he's behind all of us. Just blow the rest of the window away. Anyway, let me see. It's like 25
wind
over
with wind.
there.
That's the classic expression.
That's
of all
this was
the
the like
tornado
trap
fighters.
thingy, right?
Yeah, that is the square.
Yeah,
that you
I'll
probably
just
don't wanna
pause
stand
here. I doubt pausing on top of that thing is going to be a good idea.
on. No. All right. Friedrich.
Yep. So I will walk 5. Wait, hang on. Let me actually just read what Warding Wind does again real
God.
quick. Information. 20 miles per hour, 10-foot radius. Okay. So, step 5 feet here. Okay, so step 5 feet here. Step 5 feet here. Oh yes, I can be right in the middle, not hit Asha. And I'll be like, alright, wind, let's play wind! And I cast a warding wind.
Okay.
Ah!
So this even louder, like cavernous barrage of wind surrounds Friedrich, now kicking up even more dust. And your wind is like much stronger than like this wind that was just kind of like carrying dust around and like holding the sword aloft. This is like actual like gale force winds that are like centering around you. It creates a deafening noise, which deafens you. As well as Theron. You're basically just completely deafened by the sound of this wind.
Thanks.
Luckily, the torch is not in range.
Nope.
And it does create difficult terrain for creatures other than you. And ranged weapon attacks have disadvantage against you. All right. So yeah, you're like, come at me. My wind is better than yours. You're just creating more
Exactly.
wind.
I'm blowing the wind away with my wind.
Obviously, yeah, this wind is spinning clockwise. Obviously, you make your wind spin like counterclockwise. It cancels out. Yeah, that's how that
Exactly.
works, right? Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page here, Brad.
Loda.
Right. I'll deactivate the rod and run with it.
It's very windy.
All right.
Ish. Go one more. Here. I don't remember which way we came in. I'll
The
just...
other way. Go to the right. I think the entrance is there.
I'll go here.
Basically around the other side of that pillar.
Hmm.
All right. Is that
I think it was closer to the right than to the left.
is that your turn? All right. Asha.
If I dash, how much movement does that give me?
Double.
Yeah, double whatever your normal is. So.
That's
So
80 in her case, right?
Yeah.
I believe, yeah, still 80. Your movement hasn't gone up at all yet.
15.
You can get very
so
far.
that's 15 so far. 20.
Do you reactivate the rod?
Oh, I have to stay here with you?
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you
'cause
can do an action as you like pass.
You do an
by
action,
to-
then keep going.
Yeah, you can keep going afterwards, but yeah, you do have to spend your action.
Okay, I press the button again. Okay, I moved 15.
Yeah, so you'll have another
25.
25. Moving through Nona is 10 feet, so it's just like if you move 15, that would be 20, 25, 30.
Just tell me how many squares do I have?
Well, it's difficult because like you're moving through Nona, which is 1 square of difficult terrain, so that counts as 2. So you move 15, so you move 3
Okay.
squares. Normally you can move. Oh God, math. Normally you can move 8 squares total, but you would only be able to move 7 if you're moving through Nona. So you can move 4,
1, 2,
4 more
3,
basically.
4, 5, 6, 7. So over here.
Yeah, seems good. And yeah, you wouldn't be able to unless you want to spend a key point. You wouldn't be able to dash because you have to use your action to reactivate the rod, hold it in place.
I think I'll stay. I want to keep these people inside in case they need help, maybe.
Okay.
I'll stop here.
All right. So you see the cloud begins to move, like tearing after Nona and Asha, who have the sword.
Rough terrain! Wind!
Yep. So 20.
Rough terrain, wind for the wind.
All right.
My
and,
wind makes it rough terrain for the wind.
Theron and Friedrich obviously don't hear anything because they are consumed by this deafening storm that is surrounding Friedrich. But as this like cloud of dust kind of continues down the hall, you hear this like wailing, like "Bring that back!" And
Make me.
Nona, you feel like this wind like surrounding you, and like obviously like it's pulling at the sword, like trying to like grab it, but like making no progress. And you just hear this like, and then suddenly this force of wind just like hits you, like a brick wall almost. So.
Oh.
An attack with advantage. Does a 21 hit you?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you get hit by this like force of wind that like slams you into the wall. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and
Well, uncanny dodge.
all right, and you hear it sort of like release the sword, and again there's this like force of air that kind of comes from the other side, almost like
What's your
like
offer?
a fist. Its offer is
No
a 22.
offer!
A 22 for 11 points of bludgeoning damage is its offer.
Ow. I got baited.
Gotcha,
Why
babe.
does it have advantage?
Because it is unseen.
Unseen attacker.
Alright, Sug.
Well, this fucking horse. We're gonna go. We're squeezing. We're squeezing through here, bro. I don't know what the horse's speed is, but we're going
It's
this
a
way.
riding horse, I think it's what, like 60 feet?
60. Then
But
probably.
once you get it to the surface,
But yeah, as soon as it enters into these narrow tunnels, it's like squeezing, so.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do math here.
So it'd be
So, like-
5, 10.
And then 20, 30, 40.
20. Yeah.
40 to get here. I mean, I'm just on him. And I'm trying to make him dash.
Yeah, I
like,
don't
we're
think-
going as fast as we can.
Make one more animal handling check. Alright. I think at this point, you have communicated enough with the horse that it will kind of obey your commands without further without further checks.
Okay.
This fucking horse, man.
So dashing. So that was
It's all-
40. Like 50,
Yeah, it's like 50,
60,
60, 70.
70, 80, 90, 100.
This fucking horse.
I mean, you get to like here and you can kind of see the situation. Like Nona kind of like bloodied and battered against the wall. The sword like tied to the rod, like held in the air, and you see the like cloud of dust basically swirling around.
I'm just here. Like that was my action to dash, so I'm here, guys.
Okay,
Can you press? No, you don't want to press the button.
that would be bad at this point.
Also, I can't.
Can't, yeah. All right. Staring this like large skeletal horse muscles past you. Kind of
Yeah.
pushes you out of the way for a bit.
I mean, I guess for now I'll just move over here. Can I even move past this huge horse?
You can, but again, it's like difficult terrain. So that would be 5, 10, 15 to get to where you are, and then you would have to dash basically to get to the other side into like an open space.
It's fine, I guess. We gotta get out of here anyway.
All right, so you want to
Guess
dash?
I'll just go over here.
Okay.
So that the huge skeletal horse can pass me again.
The funny thing is, even if the horse is squeezing and at half speed, it moves the same speed as me, so there's no penalty for.
A horse.
You know why?
Poor
Because
horse.
it has 4 legs and you only have 2.
All right.
It loves squeezing in these tight spaces.
For Edric.
Well, the wind did nothing. I dismiss it,
I mean,
Brad.
it slowed it for a bit.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be that useful going forward. So I dismissed the spell,
Okay. And your concentration.
and then I will. Alright,
You might
so
want to heal Nona.
move over
I don't know.
here. I guess I have to hop over this pit.
Yeah, you
Are
have
we
to
able
to
to-
do so.
Okay, cool. 25.
Right up there.
Can't really see much. Well, because I moved like.
Yeah,
Like
well,
that.
on my screen though, you were like in the corner, like still in the room somehow.
Oh, well then.
It like jammed you into a weird corner.
That's odd. Well, so I moved 25 here. I can't really see much else. So I will dash. Pardon me.
And you will dash right into the
Actually-
So you
horse.
can get to like here.
Yeah,
The
that's
only
like the
available
furthest I can
square,
get. Oh! Nona, you're hurt! Allow me.
Love
Healing
it.
word. You get... What spell level should I make it? You get a 3rd level healing word. Maybe I should just use the spell
You're
magic
being
actually
generous.
on the wind, but I didn't think of that. So, that's your HP. Congratulations.
Alright.
That is me turn. Oh, Bradley.
Nona.
Push and run.
Fuck it. I'll push the button and try to run with the sword again.
Alright. This time as you try to flee, you feel this sort of force of wind like pushing basically on you from behind as it does make an attack of opportunity against you. Unless you want to
Wait.
disengage as a bonus action.
Yeah, I was expecting you to make me roll first to get it out of the. Yeah, I'll disengage. And run with it.
Yeah, it didn't grab it or anything. Like
Okay.
it was just attacking you. Yeah, so you can move your 30 feet or whatever. Alright, so you begin
Oh,
to
yes, you're
kind
on
of
the
squeeze
stairs
up the stairs. Alright.
Now it's personal. I don't want this thing to have the sword. It made me mad.
Can't believe that was ever a thing you were considering.
Alright, Asha.
Okay, since we don't need to press buttons on the road anymore, can I dash and be outside? Or do we still need to do this thing?
You should to be safe. I don't know if it can get any
Okay.
stairs.
Then the regular movement, I suppose. I don't see where I'm going. Then I will be counting squares. 1, 2, 2, 3. Where do I go from here? I don't see anything.
Well, that you're just going up the stairs now. So it's a spiraling staircase that is like very narrow, like 2 feet across. Basically, you're squeezing up this staircase towards the
Okay,
surface.
then as my I still have.
What's your speed?
1, 2. That's free.
You've got 40,
40.
right? And you're dashing.
No, I suppose I'm using my
Oh, right,
action
you
to
gotta use your
press,
action to press the other
to
thing.
fix the rod.
All right.
And would you please just take me however many squares I have left?
You don't have enough to get up to the top of the stairs yet, so you're still like in that staircase.
Okay.
You're like close to the top, but you didn't have quite enough to get all the way out. All right, especially because you had to push back Sonona. So the creature's turn. The two of you still down here. Well, 3 of you. Yeah, Theron's there too. The 3 of you kind of like hear this like as like there's like this clearly like this angry whispering. And the winds begin to like pick up in intensity. And let me see here. All right. Theron, as you hear this kind of like loud wailing, suddenly this like force like slams into you.
Ow.
Make 2 attacks with advantage. At 22 will hit you for 13 points of damage.
Oh,
Basically nothing. I'm just kidding.
And then 23 for another 13 points of damage.
What's
now
math?
tell me it's nothing.
26 damage total.
Alright.
As the thing is just
There we
like
go.
flailing out in anger. Sug, go ahead and roll your
Oh, okay.
damage. I believe that
It only
is a
takes
success,
half.
so
Yeah.
6
Only
points
half
of,
damage.
6
Only
points
half,
of
sir.
damage. And then it is your turn. You see, basically, what you see Theron just like slammed into the wall by like something like dents in her armor, like blood kind of like coughing out of her mouth.
Yeah.
But you see no obvious creature doing this, but obviously she's being attacked by something.
Yeah. I guess I swing it like above her. What does it look like? She's getting punched in the back or in the head? I
Like
don't.
basically like directly like from in front of her, like she was pushed against the wall and kind of like her armor dented from the front.
Okay. I try.
But she's
is
also like in the epicenter of it, so like
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm basically trying to swing at the center point of this cloud.
Sure.
Like, I have no other course of action. I don't think I can aim at it. Is it just a weapon attack at disadvantage or something?
yes, please.
Oh my god.
16.
Mhm.
Right. As you swing your axe through this area, it like cuts through like the cloud of dust, and for a minute you feel like this strange resistance to your swing, but it like carries through and just kind of like slams up against the wall. You feel as though like you made contact with something, but you didn't really feel much bite with your axe. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, I clicked the wrong. Ignore the D4. Yeah, the one.
Okay.
It's the...
All right. So you deal some slashing damage.
Nice. That's all I do.
All right. Theron, you kind of pull yourself back up from the kind of indentation that has been created up in the wall.
I mean, swinging isn't gonna do anything because I have no idea where to swing.
You know you got
It's
attacked
like
by something
everywhere.
vaguely in front of you. Like you can just make blind swings at disadvantage.
That's fine, I guess. I'll try that. Okay.
All right, yeah,
feel like
you
that-
swing out your scimitar like through like the dust cloud like around you, and it doesn't really seem to like make contact with anything.
Yeah.
But you have another attack.
Don't I technically have like 3 attacks.
You
Right?
can make you make 2 attacks as an action, then 1 as a bonus action.
I might as well. Yeah, there's
Again,
no way.
similar situation, just flailing about. As you swing your third time, just sort of like randomly cutting at the air, you feel resistance for like a half a second, but again, it's like cutting through like water or something like that. You deal some amount of slashing damage, which may or may not be half of that amount.
So did the others go to the right or the left?
They ran past you, kind of like wrapping around the right side.
Alright. I will just spend my movement on falling enemies. I can't count.
Okay. As soon as you
God.
leave the clouded area, you feel again this blast of force coming from behind you. As it did have
Alright.
its turn between its last attack and this, so it's going to make a reaction
Oh,
attack
yeah.
against you.
Yeah.
23 for 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm still alive! Barely, but I'm still alive!
Yeah, so you almost trip. Like, you feel like this blunt force in the back of your, like, chainmail. It just
I shouldn't have done
sends
that.
you
should I?
scattering forward. But you pick yourself up. You manage to, like, prevent yourself from, like, falling to the ground completely. You have the rest of your movement.
Down or to the right, though. I have a terrible sense of direction.
The entrance was down.
Alright.
It was kind of wrapped around the other side of the
This is
building.
like 15, right? So.
That was 5, 10, 15,
Oh.
20 to there. You could 25 would get you like into the entrance, and then you could go another 5. But you can just stay right.
Yeah, I'll go here.
Okay.
Here's fine.
All right. Friedrich.
The cloud is
turn.
scary.
The cloud is scary.
Yes.
So- 15. That is 25. I see. Yeah, okay. So it's up the stairs then.
Yeah, they're running up the stairs.
Oh.
As fast as one
25.
can run up a 2-foot wide staircase that spirals around back on itself.
Yeah, I will, I guess, ready a dash action.
Okay, yeah, so you
Ready,
dash and then ready your movement to like follow after them, basically.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
Alright. Unclick the button again. I can't see shit.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
if you can just
basically, if
speed
you
up the
just,
steps, I'll dash.
yeah, if you dash,
bonus action.
you will emerge. It is not like dark out here, but there's no. 1 second, I think I can do a thing. I think I can do a thing.
The thing?
A thing. You see, like, basically, you emerge on the hilltop. You see things are much like how they were when you entered. You see San Crisanos just sort of there, and as you like exit, he's like waving. And then I'm gonna do this and hope that I can do this, and then just set this to like some absurd number. And then look at that, there's light. And it takes about
Don't
if you're
give him the sword
dashing.
under any circumstances.
If you're dashing, it takes about half of your total movement to get to that position at the top of the stairs. Like exiting out the top of the stairs. Or over here.
Going.
And yeah, so you're running, you have the sword tied to a rod, and you see San Crisanos just sort of like waving. And he says, "The sword! Did you retrieve it?"
No time. Run.
Alright. Asha. You see Nona pushes past you for a bit and then just sprints the rest of the way up the staircase. You are basically near the top.
I will do the same. Now I don't have to take care of the rod. I have the dash, and I have my double movement.
So it's 5 feet to get to the top there. And then you have the rest of your 75 feet or whatever you want to move.
Oh my, that's a lot. I can reach that guy, yes?
Yeah, you can run up next to him.
I will stop here just in case.
Okay. All right. Very well. This. All right. Go ahead and
Oh,
roll your
that
damage.
hurts.
Sug. Sug choose.
Suck shoots.
Sag, take the horse
Sug,
and
sug,
run.
Suck
You're
shoots.
almost there. Or maybe he's not.
Maybe he's. Yeah,
What's up?
you need to roll your damage, son.
Okay.
No, you need to take the horse and run.
Well, my damage just happens. I don't have a choice of that.
He has nature choice.
You hear like the sound of rushing air like following up behind you, Theron, as you were kind of like making your way up the staircase. But Friedrich, you're like, kind of like the first in this path. Again, you just hear this like, it's less like words and sound at this point, just like screaming and wailing winds all around you. As suddenly you feel something like slam into your back as you're kind of like running, waiting for Theron to get out of the way before you flee up the staircase yourself.
Yep.
Right, 2 attacks. I think the first one actually misses you.
Must be nice.
Nope, actually that is exactly your AC.
Rip. Rip.
Oh.
So you get hit by both, taking a total of 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
How fine are you on a scale of okay to dead?
That's hitting you, Friedrich.
That's you,
Oh.
Friedrich, yeah.
Never mind, then. How
I
much
mean,
damage?
I'm already
is it?
22
out of
damage.
like 4 out
22.
of 44 to dead.
22.
Well, actually,
That's
4
fine.
40,
That puts me down to 15.
40 out of 44 to death.
Alright, Sug.
It's be difficult to go past these guys on the stairs, so I'm just gonna move up to the back and with the horse and attempt to swing at the center of the cloud again.
Sure.
There is still a cloud in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does not friend.
I'll go ahead and use my bardic inspiration. It's a D8 now.
Yeah, I believe it changes at 5th level.
So 18 to hit.
An 18. Your great axe slices through some sort of thing
For some damage.
for some
Yeah,
damage.
Or something.
May or may not be halved.
May or may not be
May or
halved.
may not be half of that amount. Alright, Theron, you hear the winds like hot on your tail, but Friedrich seems to take the blunt of their rage for the time being.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run.
Second
Alright.
wind.
If you
Just get me out.
dash, you are able to make it to the top of the staircase.
I will dash.
And exit.
I don't want to die yet. Not again.
That takes basically your full movement to get to about there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then Friedrich, you still not your turn yet, so your companions have cleared the way, so you can take the rest of your movement. With
I do
30 feet or
so.
Whatever. Okay.
Move
that
me up
doesn't-
however far I go.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get you up to the top, but then it's your turn, so you'll continue your movement from there. You'll be able to get to the top of the.
Can I
stairs.
get out with one movement, or do I need to dash?
You can get out with one, seeing as you kind of like dashed on your previous, so you can still have your action when you get to the top.
Alright. I get out. A healing word, Farron. There you go, Farron. You get 6
Ew.
hit points.
Well, hey, now I'm at 10, so thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Very well, Nona.
Keep going.
Running.
All right, just keep running. Just keep running. You don't stop running. You don't stop running.
Brother,
Oh yeah, you just sprint past Asha and Sankirtan. He's just like very confused. Like, what do you mean run? If you've got the sword, like surely this is a time to celebrate. What are you running from? He's just
Say if you want.
kind of confused about the situation. Why he seems to be like running.
Shut up, Sonic Santos, and just run.
Asha.
Now that I'm in safety, I'm sort of sorry we didn't explore those sarcophagus. Mm,
Oh,
my
you're
greed
glad
is
we couldn't
acting
shoot
up.
Rod.
I sort of don't want to separate from the party, but running seems to be the sensible thing to do. Am I in
Once
shouting
again, leaving
distance?
Drake behind. Yeah, you can shout to anyone, like you can see in the area.
Rick has a mount, he's fine.
The staircase is 2 foot wide, I will reiterate.
Well, the horse will still fit, right? Yes, but it's my turn. I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Nona just seems to be running off.
Well, yes. If I dash again, I will be very far ahead. And outside the map at all?
Yeah, I mean, you can just say, like, if you want to just run, then you can begin running. And you'll just exit the scene, basically.
I will do my 40, my usual 40 feet.
Alright.
And observe the proceedings from a distance.
Sure. Alright. Go ahead and give me the numbers. Alright.
9.
9.
Apparently, whatever this cloud of dust is, it's not very wise.
Alright. So, Sug, you are the last individual here in the
Also wants to go up the stairs.
you see the cloud like kind of like get up to like the base of the stairs. And it kind of like stops, and you hear this like wailing, kind of like moaning wind, like echoing through the chambers, like echoing and re-echoing and bouncing off the walls, and kind of deafening everything in this area. And then suddenly you just feel like this blunt force coming like from somewhere nearby, like just lashing out at you in fury. That will miss you. Your armor is able to stop that one for you.
Is this magical, by the way?
Let me double check. No, it does not seem to be.
Okay, I'd take 5. 5 ouchie damage.
5 ouchies. Very sting.
Yeah, and I think it is your turn.
I try to push the horse to the edge of the stair. Like, I try to get it to go to the edge of the staircase.
Yeah, the horse kind of like moves up to the edge of the staircase and kind of like begins to like, you try to like edge it into this crack, and it's obvious it's not gonna like fit in there. You feel like weight shifting like beneath you, and you see the horse begins to like disassemble, almost like the bones are like falling back into pieces, kind of like on the floor. And then they begin to like kind of like slowly like roll along the floor, like up the staircase.
Oh,
We're doing it. We're going up the stairs.
Obviously, you're not riding it anymore at this point.
Yeah, I'm not riding
Yo,
it.
a horse that you can keep in your pack?
How does it seem like it's gonna get most of the way up the stairs, like out of the way of this thing?
It's going very slowly now that it's just like bones kind of like rolling up the staircase.
I will stay here and make an attack so that the horse has time to escape before I leave.
oh my god, is it actually a foldable horse?
Maybe. Also, I keep up my Spirit Guardians, which I almost forgot about. But I will attempt to... Actually, I have to see a creature to use this spell, right? Let me look real quick.
Most of the time, yeah. You have
I
to...
know. So I'm trying to read the wording. Yeah, creature you can see. And this one is also...
This creature is very invisible.
Oh.
What?
I could do this. Oh, no, it is also see. What the... Why would you make an AoE spell that requires sight? Okay. Anyway, I will hit. I will just swing.
Okay, go for it.
swing. I'll fucking Channel Divinity, add 10 to that.
Okay.
22. Yeah, great. Take this. Bang. That's the attack roll.
That's a roll.
take maybe 5 damage.
Take 5 or maybe 10, but 5?
Who knows?
Probably
Take
5.
an amount of
It's probably
damage.
5, yeah.
I'll bonus action swinging it again. I have War Priest.
Go for it. You are a war priest.
Might as well. 20
Wow, look at
for maybe 7, maybe 14.
that. Yeah,
Who knows?
you're cutting at this creature.
Yeah.
Was that it? Just
Yeah,
keep standing your
that's
ground
it.
for now.
So
All right,
I'm,
cool.
yeah, I'm giving the horse time to escape,
Alright.
Brad. I'm not letting this horse die.
So at this point, the rest of you seem to be mostly free from danger. Although Theron and Friedrich, your friends, are very rapidly running away from you, much faster than you can actually run yourself. And you see Sangrasanos there doing like the John Travolta, like what's going on? Like doesn't know what's going
I
on.
think he's supposed to be useful. Can bards
No.
heal? Ours
No,
can.
he's a non-magical bard. Remember, he's a guy who plays instruments.
He's a lowercase b bard, whereas Friedrich is a capital B bard.
Exactly.
He doesn't even play instruments. He's just like a
Interesting.
storyteller.
Actually, the worst bard.
Very, very good bard. He's actually doing his job.
Look, just because you know how to market yourself doesn't mean you're good at what you do.
Rip.
Anyways, yeah. So I assume like you guys are just kind of running at this point.
Yes.
All right. Okay, you move out. Move out your speed. I assume Minona and Asha are doing similar, just kind of like just sprinting. I think once
All the treasure.
like
What
Theron and
about-
Frederick like catch up with Sangrasanos, who's just like standing there, and he sees you guys also just like running. He just like shrugs and like gets ready to like go along.
Well, I'm glad he has the brains to go along with it.
All right, so Suggy boy. I think that's yep. Go ahead and roll your thing. So half. Your DC is 14, right?
Yeah, it's 14.
Got 2 more attacks come at you from the dust cloud.
That's probably gonna hurt me. Ouch. 9 and 4. That's 13 damage oftentimes.
Oftentimes.
Oftentimes, although I still have my Spirit Guardians up.
Nice. And then it is your turn. The horse is just continuing to slowly roll
Once,
up the.
once the last bones get like out of the range of the cloud, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
But before then, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to tell obviously because the staircase is so tight and wrapped around that you lose sight of the bones very quickly.
Okay.
But you
I'll
figure it out.
wait one more turn. That's
Okay.
the maximum amount of time I'm waiting on this fucking.
Alright, we're just gonna...
But I'm gonna go hit him with the smack-a-doodle. I don't think it's very low. 14 to hit it, Brad.
You contact something. Barely.
Okay. 3 damage.
Super barely, yeah.
And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and healing word myself as a bonus action. Level 1.
Go for it.
4 hit points.
Alright.
But then I wait.
Yeah, we'll skip ahead. Everybody else is just kind of running.
Everyone else waiting. Take 6 damage.
6.
We believe in you, son.
So
You've got
just
this.
soloing this guy. Easy clap.
I'm
2 more
not
attacks.
soloing it. Yeah. That's a hit and a
That
crit.
is a critical hit for 20 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. So first one does 9. I go down to 7 or to 15, and then the next one knocked me out. But I have orcish nonsense, so I'm at 1 HP, Brad.
Oh, the legend. Yeah, you get this blow to your head that like cracks your skull against the rock and like threatens to knock you unconscious, and then you just sort of, you feel that like darkness within you, right? That you try to
Yeah.
keep down, and it's like you hold on, dipping into its power.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is your turn.
I will bonus action level 2 healing word myself, and then I'm gonna disengage and go up the stairs.
All right. So as you disengage, you begin following up the staircase. You hear like this crying, this wailing, this like screaming winds, and then you get like maybe like halfway up the staircase before you just hear this sort of like it's like this last exhalation of air, like the lungs or the air just like completely leaving someone's lungs, and then everything just goes dead silent except for the sound up above you of like the rattling of the bones climbing up the stone staircase.
Okay, great.
Can we go back and loot the place now?
My God.
I feel like we're gonna. I feel
Why are we
like we're
tomb
gonna get
robber?
haunted
Are we
in
tomb
general.
robbers?
We literally stole like necrotic sword from some weird ghost thing, and now you're talking
Yes,
about
and it
wanting to
settled
go
down,
back
then-
in there to rob more of his stuff.
So I will say, since everybody's been like running this whole time, by the time Sug, you like emerge from the staircase, like there's no sign of your companions. They're just gone.
But I wait for the
Anybody
horse
have
to
the horse?
possibly reassemble. I don't know what.
Yeah,
its
I think
deal
as it's like kind of like getting out of this area, it does seem to kind
Poor
of like,
horse.
like reassemble itself. And
I
again,
give
it
it-
sort of like makes horse motions, and there should be a sound associated with that, but there is none.
I give it like a pat on the neck though, and then I tried to like lead it out the way I know we came from.
All right.
Can you ride it? Now you
so-
can.
I guess those of you that are running, how far are you going to run before you like stop?
Well, I think eventually Free should be like, guys, I think we're fine. Can we wait up, please?
Yeah, Sankratanos is like doubled over, like, I think I would like to second that motion.
Yeah. I was gonna look back and see if there's no wind still chasing.
I mean,
So,
yeah, there's no sign of it. Like, obviously, like the ground you're traversing now is not so like ridden with dust that it would be easy to tell, but it doesn't seem to be any sign of being pursued. And I think like if you like stopped like looking back, maybe after like a few moments, probably not like minutes, but like after a few moments, you can like see this large like skeletal horse kind of like being led by a rather battered
Oh
looking.
wait, the
I
horse
don't
is
see-
still like working. It hasn't fallen apart yet.
I just went
No.
into storage mode.
That son of a bitch. He actually did it.
Yeah, no, if I see no sense of urgency coming out, then,
Who on the Sug?
yeah.
I mean, he's like riding the horse at a gallop to catch up with you guys, but yeah, it's not like he's not trying to he's not like trying to ride the horse to kill it. It's just like a gallop.
You can't kill it; it's already dead.
Yeah, got him. It's immune to exhaustion. We can ride forever.
Poor horse.
I run up to catch up with the party.
The poor horse's heart bleeds for you. Oh wait, it doesn't have a heart.
Or blood.
That's rude.
Yeah,
Just
so you
because
catch up.
it doesn't have a physical heart doesn't mean it doesn't have feelings.
Exactly. I have
Ugh.
feelings.
Yeah, so you guys regroup somewhere, like a short distance away from the hilltop. And I think as everybody's kind of like catching their breath, gathered around, Sug kind of like arriving, San Chrysanos just sort of says, so, if I might be so bold as to ask, what exactly is it that we were running from, like a bat out of hell?
It's a good thing
Something
Josh
that
got out.
almost killed me.
You definitely would have died, or worse, I might have had to save you again.
Some type of ghost or some creature. I mean, we couldn't see it. It would just summoned winds around it and beat the ever-living crap out of everybody.
We may or
Yes.
may not have stolen a sword.
But yes, speaking of the sword, I look over. Who's got the sword?
I do.
May I? I hold out my hand.
What's your offer?
I will kill the dragon with it.
Fair. Untie it from my
Not
rod.
high
you
enough.
see, San Grisano sort of says, you mind if I have a look at that?
Hate me for I had my hand up first.
No, don't give it to him.
Look,
Um,
but don't touch.
Yeah, he's not asking to like have it. He just wants to like see it.
Yeah,
He just
I'll
wants to,
untie
like,
it,
have
and
it
toss
held
it
up.
free drag.
Yeah, and then I'll like let him look at it as I'm
Yeah, so
holding
he like comes up to you and he's just, like kind of like looking over it and he says, it is every bit as amazing as the legends described. He says, it is amazing. Such pristine condition despite many years spent in a damp and musty tomb. And he kind of like claps you kind of on the back. And he says, you've done a wonderful job. And as he kind of pulls back his hand, he shakes it from the dampness. And he says, what's a bit of grave robbing between heroes after all? And he just sort of says, tell me, what did you find anything of interest in the tomb?
Well, there was the dragon's skull. The sword was embedded in it, but other than that, not really. A bunch of tombs.
Sort of no.
And that thing points at the horse.
Now,
He
yeah.
sort of like looks over. And he just says, that is a strange creature. He says, I don't know if I want to know the story behind that one, actually.
Seems
I
nice.
don't particularly know the story behind it either.
And he says, yet another curio to add to the list of these tombs, denizens, and strange oddities. He says, well, now that we are safe from whatever foul ghost you managed to stir up with your grave-robbing exploits, he says, I assume the place is safe to explore. I wish to document the inside of the tomb. He says,
You want to
Well,
encounter the
it's-
ghost? Go ahead, friend.
There's no guarantee that it's still safe, but it might be.
I wouldn't.
I'm tempted to go along.
Yeah, we didn't kill the ghost. We got away from it.
Very different things.
He says, I see. So you managed to claim the treasure without slaying your opponent. Ah, that is something new.
It's kind of a snatch and grab situation.
And he sort of says, well, let us hope that this particular foe does not have any means by which to track you down.
I was the last one out. When I left the stairs, it seemed like it right out in anguish. I think it might be bound to where we took the sword, but I don't know. I assume it's still there. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, he sort of nods. Yeah, you were all like sitting around. I guess. Are you going to like take a
Short rest?
short rest?
Yes, a tune,
sure.
a tune.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
I
you caught
don't
that,
have
but I would
anything
like
to
to
do
a
with
tune.
the short rest.
Can I use second wind right before the short rest and then just recover it after?
Yeah,
You can.
you can.
Yeah.
Hell
The,
yeah.
the beauty of being a fighter.
Big fire.
Tum 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 tum. 1d10 plus your fighter level.
Brad, did you hear me say I'd like to a tune?
Yeah, I heard that.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, it is
Okay.
impossible.
No!
There's
Why?
nothing to attune to.
It's not magic. I thought you said it was a magic sword last
It is a
time.
magic sword, yeah.
Doesn't mean it requires attunement.
Ah, wonderful.
She's probably
would like
just
to,
a plus on the dragon.
Take your short rest to identify it, though. You may certainly.
I would do that. I'll do that.
All right.
I'll do that thing that you mentioned.
So you spend the time kind of like resting and like focusing on this sword, kind of like trying to come to understand it. And I think as you're doing this, like you see glimpses of this scene of battle, just like chaotic. A large like green dragon in the skies up above, like a contingent of knights. The one at the front kind of like her image very vague. You can't really like see facial features or like appearance necessarily, but you see like quite clearly the sword like being held aloft in like this charge towards this dragon in the distance. And I think you see scenes of like a chaotic battle, like a conflict between this dragon and these knights, and like one by one the knights sort of being picked off, like crushed by the dragon like tin cans, or you see this like seeping like poison kind of like swarming over an area and kind of like corroding and rotting them away. And at the end of it all, you see the sword sort of stuck in the dragon's skull. This like very injured knight kind of like breathing heavily. One hand is still like grasping the sword, like falling to their knees, and then everything just sort of like goes black, and all you see is the sword there, embedded in the skull. And there is a bright light that seems to like come from behind it, and like silhouette the sword amidst like this utter void. And you can actually like, you feel as though you are floating amidst darkness, and there's a singular like bright light behind the sword, and you think for a moment you hear like a faint voice calling out to you, but you can't quite understand it. It's garbled. It's not getting through. Like the darkness itself is like closing around and like crushing it, pushing back the light. And at the end of your rest, you sort of wake up from this vision, aware of the sword and its properties, but not quite sure
So
what to
what
make
does it
of the
do?
visions. And so
That's fine. Friedrich's used to visions he doesn't understand.
you'll now have
Maybe he
a
did it much
Dragon
important.
Slayer short sword. It is a +1 weapon, so it is a +1 to attack and damage rolls. And when you hit a dragon with the weapon, it takes an extra 3d6 damage of the weapon's type. And
Oh! Holy shit!
and you get the feeling that there is something more here, but you cannot grasp it. But it still will function.
I relay this information to everyone after I figured it all out, and it's like, the dragon doesn't stand a chance! Hell yeah. Hopefully I'm not cursed. But I'm not cursed, am I?
I mean, you wouldn't know.
That's true, I wouldn't know.
Cursed?
Kick.
Why would you be cursed, right?
Because
That's
That
he
doesn't
true.
make sense.
robbed
Yeah, you don't
the
travel with
grave of a
yourself.
dragon and the night.
The Dragon Slayer! Look at it! Look at it! Man,
Sword is cool though.
Ooh, look at it.
Dragon Slayer Sword. Alright, short sword, time for you to be renamed Dragon Slayer. Alright, so it's a +1 now. Hell to the F, yes. And let's see, piercing damage. When you hit a dragon, it takes an extra 3d6.
Mhm.
Extra 3d6 when used on a dragon.
And I think for that you could like create a
Mm.
what you could do is you can do a like a modifier attack
There we go.
modifier thing and just like check mark it if you're attacking a dragon.
That's too much work.
Wow, it's so much work creating a modifier. Wow.
Exactly. Oh, this dragon doesn't stand a chance, guys. Let's go kill it right now.
Let's see. Where are they? They're here somewhere. Yeah, so you guys are gathered around. You take a short rest, so feel free to heal up. Spend any hit dice.
I haven't used a single skill in this whole debacle.
Is it safe to assume that you're gonna give us your song of rest?
Of course.
No, actually, he spends the whole rest identifying the Soren and cannot
Of
sing.
course.
Oh.
It's too much. No, just kidding.
Wow.
Wow.
Can we maybe have a hum of rest? You know, him examining the sword, humming under his breath.
It's fine. You get the Song of Rest. Oh hell yeah! Rolled a 6. Get on my level.
Wow.
Oh.
Hell no! I rolled a 3. Don't get on my level.
Roll the most, and then the least.
Ooh.
Oh my god! Are you fucking for real?
Yeah, I had to spend 4 hit dice, and I'm still not full. I'm not spending my last
Yeah.
one.
2 hit dice and a Song of Rest, and I got 5 HP back.
Yeah.
Alright, hell yeah. 2 1s on my hit die, boys.
Feels bad, man.
My dudes. My compadres.
I forgot to roll. I guess I could just roll just to make sure. Yeah, I definitely lost the Spirit Guardians when I got punched by that one hit and crit. Makes sense thematically.
All right, yeah. So as you guys finish your short rest, what would you like to do?
That's a good question.
I guess we
says,
should go back to report to the like people, right?
Yeah. I guess
But they're
we should
like
head-
super far away now.
Let's go find people.
We
Just
skirt
gonna-
because we skirt around the town.
All right. Just gonna leave.
We do,
that
we do a
last-
nice little
We
skirt.
skirt around the
gonna-
town.
Now let's just go straight through. Let's just have an encounter with the cute little dragon. again.
forever leave that last branch of the tomb unexplored.
Yeah.
Think about all the treasure that could be there, Sarah.
There could
So,
be
Bard
Solve
guy.
the wound, would you? I mean, we could go back and explore the tomb.
Yeah, if you want to
No,
die
go
to a
back.
ghost.
No,
Let's
it's
enough blood
exhausted and dispirited, and
It's not worth my life.
So, Bard guy, what are you gonna do now?
Well, if you think it unsafe to venture into the tomb to document its interior, then I shall take your word for that. For now, says I suppose that I shall return with you. I assume you're going back to meet with the people. All that remains with the sword retrieved and shelter obtained for the people is to venture out forth and to defeat the dragon. Would that anyone knew where it made its nest.
Somewhere cold, I assume.
And he says, this place is surrounded with snow-capped peaks. It could be living amidst any one of them.
Well, we should probably
it's
go back
okay. It
first,
will come down
nonetheless.
sooner or later.
And he says, but I do know of one place where we might seek the answer.
Go
Where?
on.
What? Who?
He says, there is an abandoned temple in these lands. And he says, dedicated to the Saint Ramu, seeker of knowledge. He says, many folks visited upon this place in order to obtain his wellspring of knowledge. And he says, should you travel there, perhaps you might receive a flash of insight.
And how far is this place you're talking about?
And he says, it is not a terrible distance from Phandalin, somewhat along the road to the south, before you arrive at the swamps.
Is this reliable? Or is this some, rumor?
And he says, I must confess that it is mere rumor and happenstance at the moment, but he says, it is a lead.
And if it's abandoned, how are we supposed to gain knowledge?
And he says, It was a shrine dedicated to the knowledge seeker. He says, perhaps some of his influence yet remains. Or perhaps not. I will say it is likely that it is not been unoccupied in the many centuries of decay.
Or we can wait for the dragon to calm down.
He just sort of shrugs and says, I fear you might be waiting for quite some time, then. The dragon does not seem fond of making landings.
It was pretty fond of on landing on us the day.
Yep.
He just sort of shrugs. Suit yourselves, I suppose, but if it were me, I would seek out my foe valiantly. It makes for a far better tale.
What foes have you fought before?
None save my critics and detractors, but they are as vicious as the mightiest beast, I assure you.
Oh,
Perhaps
I think
even
we
more
lost
so.
James.
He is dead. Rip James.
James is back.
Unlucky.
Okay, so do you want to go chase a rumor of perhaps there being a shrine
Hello.
that
Am
would
I?
perhaps
Hello.
give us enlightenment of perhaps finding the dragon?
I'm alive. Perfect.
Welcome back.
What did I
James.
miss?
Nothing.
Not much.
Uh,
Alright, we're going back to
depending on where you left off.
I mean, this wellspring. Was that wellspring he said?
Of knowledge.
A figurative wellspring that flows knowledge out of it. He was just basically saying that there is a abandoned shrine to Saint Ramu that may hold the knowledge you need in order to find the dragon's lair. Because nobody knows where it is. Or you could go walk around in the mountains for God knows how long.
Or we can go stay in the fortress where it's sort of warm and they have hot water.
Up to you, but what is your?
I
guess
suppose
what
we're
is your?
not being terribly heroish.
What is your immediate plan? However, are you going to make the trek down to Axholm?
I thought so. I assume that's what we would probably do.
Okay. So, I think given James's apparent internet
No, let's
issues
go
at the
back
time
and
being,
explore.
there could be all sorts of cool things in there that you missed.
True.
Okay.
Oh, wait. There also could be a ghost that
Exploration
wants to
while
kill
we
us.
make up our mind. And we leave the sword outside so the spirit isn't tempted.
No, the sword's in my sheath. What are you talking about?
We leave
Spirit's gonna
Friedrich
get
outside
angry
so
at us
he's not
either
tempted
way.
either.
Even if we don't have the sword with us, it's still gonna know that we're the ones who took it.
Listen, whenever spirit tries to come get
Friedrich
the
is
sword,
the one who took it, so that's perfect. We'll leave him behind and go by ourselves.
look,
Wait,
listen,
can-
I've got a magical weapon. All right, this thing has no chance.
Can you refresh me
This
on
thing
something?
is not a dragon.
What spells do you have, Friedrich, by the way?
I have vicious mockery, prestidigitation, shape water, dancing lights as my cantrips. As my first levels, I have bane, charm person, create or destroy water, healing word, thunder wave.
Okay.
Then as my second level, I have invisibility, shatter, detect thoughts, and warding wind. Then
Nice.
as my third level, I have dispel magic. That's it.
Pog. Oh, you didn't retrain one of your spells to make it another third level spell?
No.
That's fair. Okay, I just wanted to. I just didn't know exactly what you had.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was like, wait a minute, because like I've been sitting here thinking of ways that we could possibly fight that thing if we ran into it again, and I don't have very many ways where it would be easy. It'd be very hard if that thing is still down there waiting for us.
Unfortunately, fairy fire is not in my repertoire.
Mm-hmm. I also don't have the other spell, which I can't learn because I'm a cleric and not a different person.
Mm-hmm. My thought was maybe if it kept following us, I was trying to use maybe dispel magic to see if that could reveal it, but that's about it. Listen, it'll be fine, guys. Let's head back to town. Well, where the townsfolk are, not the actual town, because that place is horrible.
Yeah, avoid the town. Go to Axel.
Mm-hmm. To Axhole.
All right. So as you guys begin to make the trek south across the wilderness, making our way to the mountains in Axholm, where the people of Phandalin are sheltered and waiting, I believe that we shall end things off there for today.
Sounds
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So for next time, we shall probably reconvene there. You guys will arrive safely, and you will be able to decide what do you want to do from there. You have no more quests to pursue. You have obtained a legendary dragon slaying weapon. All that remains is to slay said dragon.
Should we assume that we long rest on the way there?
Yeah, it is a multiple day trek, so.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna restart my shit then, so I don't forget next time.
Very well. So, for next week, who would like to do the recap?
I can do it if you want.
Hell yeah.
Sure thing. Drake is in charge of the recap, and we shall see you all then.